Your boy, Mick Jenkins. It could be Mickey. I gotta go look up his real name.
Mickey?
It could be Mickey. I'm not sure. Recently, he came out on Twitter, kind of on a little Twitter rant, I guess you would call it.
No.
Just talking about creativity and, you know, the whole nine and dealing with the business. And he had a statement he had to say because, you know, people... he hasn't dropped it in a while. He's trying to craft like a good album.
Yeah.
And he has this tweet that he put out. He said it was a very frustrating process. Just to have motherfuckers tell you who you not better than or burn through the project in 20 minutes and one listen, but somehow got 2 pages to criticize. It's frustrating to try to write the illest shit and carve it out for 2 years just to have motherfuckers not even understand that they consume music like McDonald's.
Facts. That is a fact.
I know his name is
Music-wise.
Mickey Jenkins, but I'm gonna have to call him Mickey Facts.
Mickey Facts.
Shouts out to Mickey Facts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there is a Mickey Facts. Hold up.
We have to call him Mick Facts.
Yeah, Mick Facts.
Sounds like a McDonald's, you know, on the side of a McDonald's, on the box. Here's some McFacts.
What's McFacts about this meal you're about to receive?
We'll kill you in less than 2 years. Nah, but
I hope they don't jack that from us.
No, they're gonna.
The employee that hears this is like, "This is brilliant. I'm gonna move up the chain because of this idea."
McFacts.
Thanks, truth be told.
I know he's presented to the fucking CEOs.
Yeah, and he gets some.
I got it.
Paid.
McFacts.
And they're like, "Brilliant!"
Yeah,
and it's like you heard it here first.
But no, man. Jokes aside, Mick Jenkins is telling the fucking truth.
He's telling the truth. It's facts.
Even me. I won't say yours. I don't know your process. We review these albums.
Yeah.
At one point, we switched twice. We were waiting. We would listen to music over a week. Mm-hmm. Then we switched to just doing it over the weekend, and then we switched back to doing it over the week.
Yeah.
Okay. Because over the weekend, it's just not enough fucking time to get an album on Friday and review it by Monday. Yeah. It's just not enough time. You know what I'm saying?
It gives a half-ass review.
It does give a half-ass review. When I'm reviewing for the week, we do about 3 albums.
Yeah.
And I play the albums multiple times
throughout that time. Yeah.
I'm listening subconsciously. I'm listening intently. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I'm going back and forth. I'm just playing in the background. I'm doing different things. I got in the car and I play the same 3 albums over and over. I kind of get like a feel of the album. You know what I'm saying? A week is still not enough time to digest an album.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
In both instances, you'll hear us say, we need to hear it again at times.
Right.
I really need to hear this album again. There's albums that are like that, though. That's the thing. Right. When you get an album like that, yeah, it's like a week still isn't enough. I mean, those are albums that you are going to hear for possibly a month or 2, you know, or within a few months, you know what I'm saying? You'll hear it a few times and then you'll really start getting it, understanding it fully, you know.
Right.
You get bits and pieces when you hear it the way we hear it, but then it's like sometimes you don't get it, you don't consume it the way it needs to be consumed.
No, and me and you discussed that. We've said like, you know, this sucks because some of these albums we want to enjoy a little bit longer. Yeah. But we're moving on to the next week, and you know this podcast we're reviewing these albums because it's kind of like a job per se. Like we're like diving in like real quick and like, you know what I'm saying, and like picking out the best and moving on. But there are albums that like I have revisited.
Yeah. There's been a few for me too. Yeah.
I can tell you 2 albums that I revisit to this day, and they came out a few years ago. Both of Boss's albums, Last Winter and Too High to Riot. I still revisit those albums years later, and that's when I realized that Boss, even though I listen to all his music, I come back to his shit. Even though, that's when I realized that Boss makes music that lasts forever. Yeah. But you really can't get that unless you slow roast. Mm-hmm. You have to slow roast the music sometimes. Yeah. You can't microwave it. You know what I'm saying? You can tell a lot of these dudes these days microwave that shit.
Oh yeah, it's just a speed process. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like fast food compared to a restaurant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
or at least fast casual shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Can we at least get fast casual?
That
For those of y'all who don't know what fast casual is, it's like Chipotle and shit.
Yeah, at least.
Just at least better quality.
Better quality.
In a quicker time, but
served in front of you.
It's not McDonald's. It's not shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was actually reading an article about Migos, and I had read this headline. I think when I think DJ Darrell or something like that said that they spent no more than 45 minutes per track. No more than 45 minutes per track.
Tracks need more than that.
Think about that.
That's not enough.
A double disc album, no more than 45 minutes per track. That's
rushing it.
That's McDonald's.
Yeah, that's rushing that shit.
Right.
Like, that's not enough time. That ain't. As someone who's made music, but yeah, it's like I know the process. It's not that quick. If you go that quick, you're putting out throwaways.
Pac did that.
Pac did it, but, yeah. But guess what?
I had to throw that in. I was waiting to throw that in.
But you know what? Pac lived in the studio, pretty much.
He still was pumping out. He was still pumping out McDonald's.
Hey, but he was pumping out quality though.
Well, here's the thing. I think that when you do
quality,
that,
there's a difference. He was gifted. There's certain people that can do it. You know, Jay-Z can do it probably. Go out there and just make music, not like quick. That's why he does them one takes, freestyle. And he's done. So
yeah, but I think when he's crafting his album, though, he doesn't. It's not like a. I think he's really sitting back and thinking, and he's waiting for things to come to him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and another thing on Pac, I got to back up Pac a little bit. He kind of foreseen that he wasn't going to be on this earth a long time. He was talking about it in all his albums pretty much.
Pepsi did it too,
and both of them didn't last that long.
Right,
either.
and like they put out, and
they tried to pump out as much as they could because they knew they had a limited time.
Right. So Pac,
exception.
Pac. Well, I will say is that when you're writing, you're pumping out that much shit. You do have. There is going to be gems that come out of that. And they're going to be organic gems. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not really thinking, you're just kind of just going.
Yeah.
You're going to have gems. And I think that he did all that and then picked out his gems.
But then like full of throwaways in a sense,
right? And so, but then the labels after he passed, they pushed out all of his throwaways. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And what's funny is a lot of them were still decent music. The thing is, they still weren't pop because he didn't have his say on like beats and things like that. So they still weren't original.
Right.
So they kind of ended up being a little bit more of a throwaway than what they actually could have been because they still could have. There were quality verses and shit still that kind of went harder than a lot of the music that came out at that period of time.
Right.
So, I mean, it still held its own. I mean, he still has probably done it more than anyone to put out post-mortem albums, and that successful ones, great ones. And
you can tell, though, when somebody's spending time.
Yeah, you can.
You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, you can't tell that difference.
It lasts a lot longer. Kendrick is a prime example. Mm-hmm. You could, like, when I heard his album, I was like, you could tell he spent time. It's none of this shit's microwave. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's well thought out. It's deep. The guy that we're getting ready to review later on, I'm gonna talk about that. Mr. Nipsey Hussle. I can tell that was slow roasted. You know what I'm saying as well. And it's a big difference. So to Mick, if he's watching or listening, or the Mick Jenkins fans, go ahead and slow roast it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't feel the pressure of having to put it out early or fast because it's what people want or what people are demanding.
Right.
Everyone's impatient these days.
You'll know, like, even though like we're the industry now and the game is people just kind of moving and pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna find the time to revisit shit.
Yeah.
It may not be now. It may be 3 years from now.
Yep.
And you say, I didn't get to listen enough to that album. Let me listen to that some more.
Oh yeah.
And you're gonna re-listen. It's gonna happen. And those ones people revisit and people realize like, this was some fire ass shit. Them shits that last forever, man.
Yeah, those are the gems. Those are the timeless albums.
Right.
Definitely classics. Those are the ones that are actually some are almost underground classics because not everybody knows it. There's some people that don't go back. There's some people that didn't hear it to begin with at all because there's just so much music. That's the thing. Right.
Like I can tell you an album that I didn't get a good listen to, and I'm probably going to revisit it this week. Now that I'm saying it, is Schoolboy Q's last album. I listened to it. There's songs that I like, and I listened to it like front to back. But it didn't sit with me that long.
You didn't ingest it.
Yeah. And put it into my whole psyche.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go back and listen to that. You know what I mean? But shout out to Mick Jenkins though, man. And for everybody that's listening, man, take your time with the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You ought to take your time with it. Make it right.
Right.
Don't put it out just because you feel you're forced or the need to.
And take your time listening to it.
Yeah. Listen to your own music so you know it's right.